Hey guys, so here bringing you another video. Now welcome to another Unranked Diamond, but a little bit of a different version, hence why this is probably going to be a second video of the day. We're playing Swain support, we're with a Draven, and we're probably going to end up skipping, or at least fast forward, a lot of this lane phase, because this game, well, I'll just say spoilers, there's a reason I'm doing this, as obviously a replay, is basically this game turned into, and by the way, sorry, it's just really loud in my ear, this game basically turned into a 3v5, and the Draven and the Ahri, very bad. The Draven, what was worse, he was a typical kind of raging Draven that I'm sure many of us have experienced before. And a lot of people, and you know, the Twitch chat was talking when we were playing this game, said this specific Draven skin, apparently, if it's that one, it's a very bad sign, apparently. But we're playing Swain, because I actually think he's not bad. I think he's in kind of that weird, underrated area of being potentially pretty damn strong, but not played or utilized that much. And that's the thing. A lot of mages, like Swain, they're having to find other positions to play because mid lane isn't really for them anymore with the current meta. And that's where you're seeing mages like Ziggs and stuff, they're going back to bot lane. So the mage bot lane meta is coming because they just can't play versus the likes of the current mid laners. So we'll start the lane phase just to kind of show you, how things generally go. But, worth knowing, the thought process of the game is, oh god, they have an Akali, we have a Draven. We have to probably do quite well in early lane phase. They have an Ezreal who obviously got a bit of a nerf with the Divine Sunderer, but like ranged nerf. But Ezreal's still pretty damn good. Probably definitely within the stronger half of AD carries. You can see I'm actually taking a lot of damage from the Ezreal. Just he's doing good auto attacks, which is a sign, by the way, of a good Ezreal. Bad Ezreals are the ones that never auto and they just, whatever. But this is where things start to go bad. So I put early vision down on the red, and we now know Kha'Zix is here. And I'm like, dude, if I could steal this would be huge. So close of getting that. I ignite the Kha'Zix, go for early damage. Now what should have happened is the Draven should have flashed instantly, but he delayed a lot. And you can see he also missed axes or didn't have Q up. Enemy team get there in time, and the Draven ends up dying. He didn't use heal, by the way, but yeah, so if he wanted to go for that big play, he should have flashed instantly. He would have got the kill on the Kha'Zix. He didn't use the heal for the movement speed either, so it was just kind of a weird play by the Draven. If you weren't going to fully commit to it, he should have just not, and he should have just like, he's gone, see you later. It still would have been good to get the Kha'Zix's flash, but now it's obviously quite bad that Draven has died with using his flash. So that is where, as a support, you're kind of like, that's not the greatest sign. That if the Draven did want to get that kill, which obviously he did, he flashed really slow. So already you're kind of like in the back of your mind thinking, that ain't good. And what you can see here is like a lot of spam pings. So the Kayn, he's not completely immune to this. Like, yes, the Draven, he was not very good and he was raging, etc. But the Kayn also was the very similar behavior as the Draven, bit of a rager, spam pinging, etc. So what the enemy team have decided to do, quite smart by them, obviously. I'm going to land my E, do stun him, and just flash away. Yeah, they know Draven doesn't have flash. They're going to go for a return gank to bot lane straight away. Smart to do that, to be honest. Can't, fault them at all. I'm thinking Kha'Zix, and by the way, yes, he is still around. Questionable to go for this play. I'm just looking for a bit of damage and then going to back away. And yes, the Draven, I don't know. He just decided to try and run into them. He didn't use heal once again, by the way. It wasn't going to help, let's be honest. But the Kha'Zix will survive and the Draven goes down. So I'm in bot lane right now, thinking, what the hell is going on? And now mid lane, Ahri dies in the 1v1 to Zed already. So yeah, clearly this wasn't a great game. So I'm pretty sure soon, because you're like, why is this a replay game? Keep watching. We will speed up the lane phase. The Draven will stop and, he basically types a lot in lane. I don't have chat on, but you can just tell he's typing. But yeah, clearly this is not going very good. It's a Draven that falls off in mid-game. He's doing really bad in the early game, so this isn't very good. But, to save my own mental, I've told you guys, sometimes what I do is I have a little stream deck here, so I'll get a stream deck, not sponsored, but I have the recording button. That's how I start recording. It's a button down there. So to save my mental sometimes, all I'll do is I'll push the button. I might not say anything to the Twitch stream, but I'll push the button and I can just focus more on playing the game than anything else. We have a Kayn gank coming, and we have a teleport coming. We're hoping for a double kill here, but we get the Leona, and for some reason, I don't know why. Yes, that was an Ahri charm on the Leona at the end. I don't know why she didn't charm the Ezreal, because maybe that could have been a double kill, but she waited to charm right until the end, and she charmed the Leona. So I'm not really sure about that. Again, it's good to get the roam in. I think we would have got the kill without the TP. Maybe the TP would have warranted the double kill if she went for the Ezreal with the charm. But yeah. Anyway, Dragon being done, decide to go over and help the Kayn because he is going to take quite a lot of damage at this stage of the game. Remember, Kayn, before he gets his form, not that strong. When he gets his form, pretty strong. I remember in pre-season testing, I was like, Kayn is ridiculously overpowered. And, you know, that's when Gore Drinker and stuff was even stronger. He will get the Dragon. Leona's going to go for an all-in, even blows Ignite, and just Kayn just flashes out of there, which is the correct decision. So that's good. We get the first Dragon. That's good. And I'm going to go back. So, you know, even though the early game isn't going great, it's, you know, the Leona has both of the kills, so that's, again, a slight positive. Zed, by the way, yep, that was Zed who just walked into the bush in bot lane, so thankfully the base happened when it did, and I survived, because he was probably going to kill me if he managed to get a full ult combo off. But yeah, so far, not too bad. It could be worse. Lee Sin, by the way, has received several nerfs, but some people are still playing him. And, you know, I'll just say a little bit of a spoiler. I was impressed by this Lee Sin overall because Akali is just overpowered at the moment, getting a huge nerf in the upcoming patch. But yeah, no, this Lee Sin does do quite well. So the Ahri roams because, again, remember that is the mid lane meta at the moment. It's all about roaming, not actually about mid lane. Ahri roams top and they do end up getting the kill on Akali. So all we're looking to do, and this is the negative of why I've said to people, don't really play Draven. Because if the early game goes bad like this, you're now in a situation that in your mind, you're like, right, we just have to try and recover bot. You don't want to be recovering a bot lane with Draven because you know he falls off. You want to be winning bot lane as Draven. And that's the bummer. Every other AD carry, well, not every other AD carry, most meta AD carries, they don't, lane phase is a positive, it's a benefit, but it's not the be and end all. A Kog'Maw doesn't have to win lane. A Kai'Sa doesn't have to win lane. An Ezreal doesn't have to win lane. Jinx, same thing. Tristana, same thing. They scale. So the problem with Draven, where he's designed, think of Draven as I'd say like the Shaco of AD carry, really. Shaco is designed to get ahead in the early, falls off. Draven is kind of that. So when you're having a bad early game as the Draven, it's a bit of a bummer. It makes you kind of go, this sucks. And here is the example. So he's dropping his axes. He's doing nothing in lane at the moment. He is, in essence, AFK. Lucky for me, the Ezreal's continuing going for me rather than actually hitting the Draven that was typing. Yeah, we're pretty sure he's rage typing. So, yeah. Getting poked a lot by the Ezreal, though. Again, the Ezreal did seem quite good. Can't really fault the Ezreal too much. Draven's basing at full health. He does stop it in the end, but, you know, at this stage, I'm pretty sure I clicked stop recording around this moment, because in the end of the day, I'm basically in a 1v2 lane with this Draven. He does do a good play. That E was nice, so he does end up with 1 kill. I think he gets his passive payout there, which is good. But obviously, Kha'Zix gank. Like, that Kha'Zix timed his ultimate really well to be basically no vision, and then boom, he's right there under the tower. So he couldn't really react at all. Lee Sin gets on a killing spree, which is good. Remember, this Akali's done the meta thing of not taking flash. So if it does go bad for a player that doesn't go flash, you don't have the flash get out of jail, you know, position thing. You are probably just going to end up dead. Ahri, again, doing a arm guard rush build. Zed's got Prowler's Claw, which, you know, again, I'm not a big fan of Prowlers. I don't like the mobility a lot of the items obviously give. I've mentioned this before. It's just personally not something that I find skillful. Because people always have, when I've said that on stream, people are like, oh, what about like a Hextech belt? You know, that's been here for ages. Yeah, never been a fan of it. I don't like items that give mobility, personally. I think that should be more tied to the champion you're playing than an item you're buying. But that's just me. You know, everyone's different. Kayn does decide to go mid and gank. The problem is, though, he ganks and ends up dead. And I think that was actually the second time in a row that he ganked mid and Zed just killed him. Again, the Ahri is going to be very low threat this game, doing really no damage. So when the Zed has that much power just by buying Prowlers, yeah, he's just going to one-shot basically the Kayn. Which, yeah, is a lot of damage at, I would say, this stage of the game, but that is just League of Legends nowadays. Ezreal level 7, by the way, having a very free lane phase, over 25 farm ahead of the Draven at this point, and dealing a lot of damage. You know, these look at how chunky these Qs are. Like, you'd be like, oh, Huz, you should be dodging them. I'm trying. That's the thing. I am trying. We can see Kha'Zix is on his way. You literally can see that happening. And what can we do? We're just going to get towered over again. They're level 6 and level 7. We're in level 6 and level 5. There's Kha'Zix. He's back in bot lane. So it's like, oh, here we go again. I don't flash, unfortunately. I end up dead instantly. Kha'Zix is here again, and we are going to die. Ahri's here, a little bit too late. Hits the charm, arguably on the one person you don't really want to hit it on. And by the way, yes, Zed was here also. So that was 4 people bot lane. Kayn's the other side of the map. And the negative was the Draven and the Kayn were raging at each other. So that probably made Kayn never come bot lane. He didn't want to go bot lane because him and Draven were raging at each other. So then, unfortunately, me, the support, I'm just like, yo, can I have some jungle help in bot lane? And we just didn't get any because of the Draven raging at the Kayn and vice versa. So that is like a position you don't really want to be in when your jungler and AD are raging at each other. Zed damage, again, so the Ahri makes a mistake. So just to say, Ahri versus Zed is a classic old lane in League of Legends. Prowler's Claw gives him extra mobility for some reason. And she does end up dead again. I decided to go mid lane, and you know, he has 5 levels on me, remember? Look at this, level 6. I just hit level 6. I'm going to go all in, because I'm like, screw it, why not? I get a big shutdown, get the Zed kill, and I also give Ahri an assist. That's pretty good. Kha'Zix is mid lane again. I can't seem to get away from any players on the enemy team, and I will end up surviving just, so that's good. I get a shutdown, I get a kill, and this is where, you know, the game has gone awfully so far. The only one that seems to be doing pretty good is Lee Sin. He's looking pretty good in top lane, though. Lands a nice Q. Akali tries to ult. I think that was an ult away. Doesn't get it, and Lee Sin will pick up another kill. Leona's obviously top lane to try and help in any way she can, because that's the one area that's not going very well for us. Leona's engaging. Kha'Zix is here with his ulti, but is very low, so he has to be careful. Kayn decides to go all in, misses the W, but they are quite low. And I decide, I think at this point in the game, you know, I've said sometimes it's not technically a bad thing if you're trying to win the game and your AD carry you just have zero faith in. Roaming and stuff like that sometimes is the right thing to do. Lee Sin's nearly picks up Leona, maybe should have committed to that extra auto. Ezreal ult comes down as well. Leona does go down, though, I think, to the red buff. I get killed, by the way, by the Zed. He goes all in on me, ults and everything. And obviously I'm not getting away from a Prowler's Claw Zed as a Swain. Without having flash up, so, well, probably not even with flash, let's be honest. So that's unfortunate that Zed kills me, but as I was saying, sometimes the best thing to do is abandon the AD carry. If you feel you can make a bigger impact elsewhere, and obviously so far not good because Zed just killed me, but I don't really see us doing anything with this Draven, mainly. So I decide, right, let's try do things elsewhere, and this is where we can speed up the game a little bit, because the game does start to do stuff later. So that, you know, spoilers, things will get better in this game. Go to land the W, do miss, but do you know, help clear the minions. Ahri looking for an ult. Misses the charm completely, hits a minion. Zed is also here once again. Land the E, miss it unfortunately in the end, and Zed will end up not getting a kill. Ahri nearly does go down though. Doing a bit of damage to Leona. Lands the charm she does. Nearly going down. Land the E. Ezreal does heal, by the way. And we will pick up a kill for the Draven. But unfortunately for us, there's 4 people bot lane. So I'm ulting to try and just survive. And I do. Ahri does go down. My E just misses somehow. And we do need some help. So the negative here, by the way, Lee Sin does die to top lane to Akali. Kayn is top lane. And as I mentioned, the negative of the, you know, this game so far, land the E, doing a bit of damage to the Ezreal, which is nice, nearly get him. The Kayn refuses to come bot because of the rage arguments that those two are happening. Yeah, literally, we don't have a jungler, and Zed stays with Prowler's Claw, and I do die again. So yeah, not a big fan of Prowler's Claw or any other mobility. Lee Sin misses his Q and his E, which isn't great. He has built Gore Drinker, so both of them, I will say, you know, keep an eye on that. Both have Gore Drinker. Ahri's coming with a flank, seeing if she can do anything. Zed flashes. She does land the charm. Zed will survive. Unfortunately, Lee Sin lands the Q. Will survive just with the lifesteal and tankiness, which is overall quite good. But yeah, it's a shame that we had zero help this game. You know, maybe you'd say understandable. You know, there could be... Ahri does die because she overextends, by the way. People may say, like, oh, Huz, you've said that you don't trust this Draven. He's not very good. Maybe that's what the Kayn is. Oh, there's no good point going bot lane. I don't trust the bot lane. Maybe that is the reasoning. But we also know those two were just spam. Like, you actually can't see the type of spam pings they were doing. They were doing the profile spams. And the only type of pings you can see here are the ones on the wheel. So, like, I'm on my way, careful, etc. They were constantly just spamming each other. Like, when you press tab and you click on the profile, that's what they were doing constantly. Lee Sin gets another kill, though, on Akali, which is good. Didn't seem the Akali was too comfortable on the champion, which is good, obviously, for us. She's probably just, you know, playing it top lane because that's become the popular thing to do. Enemy team looking to break open the mid. So at this point, I imagine a lot of people, and if I'm honest, including myself, are like, well, this is a loss. This game ain't going too hot. EUNE does go down because she was in our territory for some reason, and they will pick up the mid lane tower. Infernal Dragon, by the way, is the dragon that is available. We don't really have priority to do that. Meanwhile, Zed is chilling here. Land my E. Which, remember, again, look at that. Not bad damage for the support, you know, level 7 Swain. That's actually not that bad. And Zed, Prowler's Claw. Gotta love it. So, clearly you can see the Ahri not very good. And I was explaining it, I just remembered. She's not very good at Ahri. But this is a classic League of Legends matchup, Zed versus Ahri. And you can just tell this Ahri has no idea what to do in this matchup because she keeps blowing the charm. It's actually quite easy for Ahri to do okay in this matchup in one big regard, landing her charm, because you actually time it after he ults. So, you know, the Zed, I don't know if we've seen an Ahri land a charm on the Zed this whole game so far, because she keeps just throwing it willy-nilly, and a Zed can dodge it quite easily. When he ults you, he'll always go behind. So a good, well, not even a good Ahri, an average Ahri in a Zed matchup will wait till a Zed ults an Ahri and charm right behind, and guess what? You've instantly charmed the Zed. I'm guessing this Ahri didn't know about that, but it's a very basic thing in this matchup, and yeah, she's not doing it. But again, most of people, including myself, are thinking this game's a loss. Obviously, I always play to win. There were, I think, surrender votes happening, and I think I was saying yes in them, by the way, because, you know, clearly this game is pretty sucky. You know, our one big carry at the moment, our Lee Sin, he's a Lee Sin. He technically is supposed to fall off. They are trying to chase down the Akali, but they will end up surviving. So I'm going to pick up a bit of farm where possible, because, again, there is that kind of, in me, maybe not yet in this game, but there does come a point that I'm like, wait a minute, I can just maybe become a mage carry this game. Like, because that is the benefit of playing something like Swain, is if you do just get a lot of items, like, you know, it's even better if you get fed with a Draven in lane, you're both fed, you're another mage, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, you'll do a lot of damage. But this is the type of game. Meanwhile, they do get the Zed. Kayn's nearly dead, doesn't die yet, but both of them end up dead. What was happening there, by the way, the Lee Sin was on his way back, I think, with Q, and Akali in mid-air. I don't even think supposed to kill the Lee Sin. She just randomly killed the Lee Sin by ulting for the Kayn. So that was quite unfortunate. But yeah, our two fed people die just for the Zed, who, you know, again, he's quite fed too, but, you know. Can you also, by the way, see a theme emerging with these two builds? Yeah, they are very similar, which is quite humorous. But I'm just going to say mid lane. That Ezreal Q, by the way, chunks. That's Divine Sundera Ezreal combined with a Mirror Mana. And I decide, oh no, I don't. I thought I was about to ult. And by the way, yeah, that completely shocked me that killed. I would have potentially flashed if I thought the Q was going to kill me. But it just did. He is dealing so much damage, this Ezreal. Lee Sin TPs, by the way. Draven goes for a fight, just dies. He, again, didn't use summoners either. Ahri lands a charm, which is a good timing charm, and that will get the Ezreal killed by the Kayn any second. There we go. EUNE lands a stun. You can see this Lee Sin hasn't died. He is so tanky. Continues. Look at the life stealing, by the way. The life stealing's just mad. Lee Sin was nearly dead, and he's now over half health. Zed split pushing bot lane, but as you just saw, what is that? It's a little bit of a momentum swing. Like, oh, we just got a couple kills. That ain't bad. Let's go. I decide just to try and fend off bot lane. I can't go anywhere near the Zed. He'll literally sneeze on me and I'm dead. So I've got to be very respectful of this. But with Draven, he is very squishy. And, you know, here's the thing. This Zed does not want to trade a one-for-one situation. So I get a pick on him and I decide just to fight. He kills the Draven with Prowler's Claw, but I do end up killing him. Again, once again, the Draven doesn't react at all with summoners. Maybe Heal would have saved, or Flash would have saved that Draven. Didn't react at all. But you might think, oh, that's not great. It's actually not that bad. Again, the reasoning behind it is that Zed is really fed. Like, really fed. Me and Draven at the moment are not fed at all. The Draven is 60 farm down. We've both died 5-6 times each. So that Zed actually trading even just a 1-for-1 actually isn't very good. Like, it really isn't. For that Zed to maintain his prowess in the game and, like, I'm fed, I'm doing well, he should be minimum wanting to take 2 people out. Like, or killing 1 person and then surviving. He should not be dying 1-for-1. It's actually not good that he's doing that. So that's not too bad. Again, would it even be better if Draven actually reacted, and he probably could have survived just by flashing out the way, because the Zed ulted me and then went on to the Draven with Prowler's Claw. Draven could have flashed after Prowler's Claw and just avoided the damage. But yeah. So I have completed, by the way, my Mythic, and that is where a little bit of a power spike will happen. Rift Herald in mid lane. Akali, you can see, is in bot lane. Look how tanky that Lee Sin looks like, by the way. It's just a lot of health. Which, by the way, a lot of health for both the Lee Sin and Kayn is a very good thing. Why? The enemy team sucks versus health. They have no % health killers at all. Akali, none. Kha'Zix is an assassin. Zed is an assassin. Ezreal is one of the worst when it comes to killing tanks and big health champions as an AD carry. So health is actually very, very good this game. Even for me as Swain, like, I think I'd probably want to buy a Riley later in this game if I'm not surprised. I'm not mistaken. Enemy team's trying to stop me here, and I flash into an Ezreal. I guess he predicted it, and Kha'Zix gets me with Stride Breaker. Yay. But I end up dead, unfortunately, again. Ahri's going to go down also. So once again, not looking too hot. Enemy team has started the Baron. Kayn and Lee Sin around, and they go for an all-in, and watch this. Kayn and Lee Sin, here we go. Look how tanky both of these champions are. They're hardly taking any damage. They're also out-healing practically the damage that they're taking. And Kayn says, wait a minute, we can continue. He goes for it, lands the W on the Leona. Lee Sin W's back, hits the Q. Ezreal does flash away. Draven's dead again in the jungle, by the way. But these two cleaned up 3 champions so far. Akali's now in the area, which also potentially means Zed is in the area. Lee Sin just took the opportunity to heal back up, and now it's a 2v2. Reminding that Lee Sin and Kayn has already had a big fight. Lovely double knock-up by the Kayn. Unfortunately, Lee Sin does go down, but the Akali's in an odd position. She should go down, but the Ahri's having a rough game. Nearly dies. Does get the kill in the end, but also very close to death. Kayn was basing, decides not to base. And watch this, he goes over to the Zed and will kill him. So even though it's not technically an ace, there's been revives happening on the enemy team. Practically the Lee Sin and the Kayn just more or less 2v5 the enemy team. More or less. Health and lifesteal is very good. And, you know, that's the type of moment that you're just kind of thinking, oh, this game has sucked. We're kind of falling off. But are we? Those 2 champions basically just 2v5'd, more or less. Can we win this game? So that kind of sometimes reignites the, wait, maybe we can do well. Maybe. So you see, I'm in mid lane. I am taking farm at this stage of the game a little bit. I'm not like fully committing that I'm, you know, guaranteeing I'm taking every wave. If a wave's coming to me and no one's around, I'm taking the wave, practically. So, yeah. I think Zhonya's is the next item. Again, Zhonya's very good item against a 3 assassin team comp. And that is, again, don't forget, the enemy team is 3 assassins. Assassins generally suck when it comes to grouping later. We don't have an assassin. You know, Kayn, some people are like, oh, Kayn's an assassin. He's gone red Kayn, not assassin Kayn. He is bruiser Kayn. Lee Sin is bruiser. Ahri's a mage. Draven is Draven. And Swain is a, you could probably call it a bruiser mage. We go for an engage here. We do get the Zed. Boom. That's their fed Zed done already. I do ult maybe a bit preemptively, but you just want to be a little bit careful. Dragon is coming up in 2 minutes, so, you know, there's no dragon to be had. Akali's in the area. They were looking for the Leona, but it's not going to come of it. But that is good. You know, we're getting a little bit of momentum here. I think I was clearing a ward by... Oh, no, I was killing the Scuttle Dragon. Enemy team looking for an engage. Unfortunately, from memory, this fight doesn't go perfectly for us. Akali does ult. I land a really good E, and I will kill the Kha'Zix. That's good. But then nobody... Look, Ezreal is in the fight. He's committed to use his E. Nobody goes on him, like, early. Draven fails his flash. He did use heal this time, though. And Kayn will be in the area straight on the flash. So, you know, not a perfect team fight. But once again, you're like, not a perfect team fight, but we technically won it. Overall, that was a 3 for 3. Actually, no, that's a 3 for 4. With us killing the Zed, 4 of them died, only 3 of us died. So that's actually technically a good team fight. You see, the Zed is falling off. The Zed is falling off to these two champions. They kill him again, and they will kill the Leona, and that's an official ace. The Zed has died twice in that whole team fight, but there we go. And again, this is making you kind of think, wait a minute, that's actually not too bad. So one thing I will say I don't like, if you are wanting to play Ahri, by the way, I really don't like Everfrost on Ahri because that completely gets rid of her damage potential. I, by the way, at the end of this game, will show you guys the damage graph, and I would recommend waiting until the end to see, you know, how the damage was this game. Furthermore, I do think the Draven has the wrong build. So I think we can probably all agree the Draven was pretty bad, but build is something that shouldn't be that hard. I don't notice that ward, by the way. Build arguably should be the easiest part because that's something you can just research and not get wrong. But I'm pretty sure Dravens are more going Prowler's Claw now. Ahri goes top lane, by the way. She does have TP, so I think she TPs any second. I look for the E there, and I think, yeah, she TPs there. So Dragon is coming up. We don't have... Well, they have 3 dragons. If they get this, they get Infernal Dragon, which is very bad for us. So we probably want to try and win this. Ahri goes for a flank play, does get it. Draven's dead. I ult in the middle. Again, don't underestimate Swain damage. Can we do anything here? Can we win it? I'm trying my best to Swain. I do get popped by the Akali in the end. But the enemy team is pretty low, and we now have the 2 Basham brothers, basically. Lee Sin and Kayn survive. Nice flash by Lee Sin. Zed tries to flash a Lee Sin Q, which isn't going to work. And the Basham brothers survive. Both of them level 16, by the way. Nearly very identical builds. And we end up doing okay. That's good. You know, let's be honest. I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this is basically a 3v5. You might be like, Huz, you're not doing too good yet. Keep watching, and also, you'll be surprised how much damage we are actually doing in the background of this game. At least the Ahri will say she did land a good charm on the Ezreal there. Again, the Draven's not doing anything, but the Ahri did land a charm, which is good. So she's going to try and bring, I guess, utility to the game more than anything else. I do finally have my Zhonya's, though, which is going to help a lot. So, like Swain, when he's in his bird form, demon chicken form, whatever you want to call it, you can just sit in Zhonya's, and the AoE damage is still going to happen, much like a Fiddlesticks ulti. So, very useful. Really good. And also, that, you know, denies a Zed. Denies most assassins, obviously, to Zhonya's. Maybe, again, should there be a MR version of Zhonya's? That is a question that has, you know, been a long-term question in League of Legends for a long time. Maybe. Anyway, Zed and Ahri bot lane. The best thing that this Ahri can do is just surviving. If she survives that situation, that's good. You want to waste the Zed's time more than anything else. Baron... I don't think Baron's on the table for the enemy team just to try and do cheekily here, to be honest. I don't think they're actually strong enough with assassins to tank that, and then you'll have a Leona support to tank it. She does misposition, gets killed. I get an assist for that. Lee Sin engaging. The W, I believe, lands, by the way, and now a fight is happening. Kha'Zix's having to flash away or get away. Akali's in the area. Sorry, Zed in the area. The W just misses. I ult. Again, surprising how tanky you are as Swain when you're just ulted. And it also is like that type of thing that deters people from fighting you. Kayn goes very aggressive here, by the way, and watch for it. I land an E on the Zed. He ends up dead. I flash over to go help, kill the Kha'Zix with the Kayn. Me and him are going ham and cheese. I get the Akali. Unfortunately, Kayn didn't think I was going to get the kill, but there we go. Me and Kayn just cleaned up 3 people. Him the jungle, me the support, and we're now looking for the Ezreal. So the Ezreal going quite aggro. Draven, you know, trying to do damage. He's dead. I get the kill on Ezreal, which again opens up the enemy base. The only one that's left alive is the Leona. Lee Sin from bot lane is TPing mid. I like this because what it does is confirms the inhib. Maybe we could have got the inhib without the TP, possibly, but it confirms it. Baron pings, I don't like this Baron call. Myself, I've got, by the way, 1,600 gold, which is quite a lot for me just to be holding. From memory, I don't think I go to this Baron. I just base, which basically is a message like, don't do the Baron. So I decide to go back. Buying. What am I going for next? Is it Rylait? No, Morello. So I decide to go Morello. We do have a Thornmail on the Lee Sin, but that's it. So if they aren't actively attacking the Lee Sin, we don't have anti-healing. So with me being a Swain, big AoE, and I'm technically the support, not the carry this game, I decide I'm going to bite the bullet and buy it. Basham Brothers, once again, having a 2v3. I get here. Leona ults. I'm here now. I'm ulting. I get the kill. I'm on a rampage. I'm here to help use my passive, help get that kill too. We've turned the fight, which is nice, and we now turn on the Baron. The mistake we're making now is the Kayn. He overextends for no reason on the Ezreal and gets killed. Massive 1,000 gold shutdown. I do land the nice passive. I do Zhonya's, but there's very little follow-up, and Draven doesn't do the damage. I get the kill on the Ezreal in the end, which isn't actually pretty good that I got the Ezreal there, because if the Ezreal didn't die, maybe the enemy team would have looked to do Baron with their Fed AD carry, but now they have to look to back off with the minion pressure. So, very Fiesta game. Lee Sin fighting the Zed. What can he do? Watch this. With the Gore Drinker, kills both of them. Survives the Fed Zed ult, and he's just like, whoa, what's up? So, literally, as I mentioned, what you were seeing before you is one of the biggest examples of players falling off. Now, not in weird, like the Draven, trust me, and the Ahri, I'll show you the damage in this game. They really don't make an impact. But you are seeing mainly, obviously, the Lee Sin and Kayn have recovered this game because they are life-stealing bruisers that are also tanky versus mainly a team of assassins. The assassins cannot deal with those champions easily, and you are starting to see like them just fall off to them. They can't deal with them. Like, you know, I was joking in this game to my Twitch chat going, isn't Lee Sin supposed to fall off about now? He doesn't feel like he's falling off this game because he's really good against the enemy comp. The enemy comp sucks versus assassins. Once again, the Leona, she makes a lot of positional mistakes this game. So she will get caught again. I get the kill there. So I, by the way, am recovering my KD. I'm now 9, 10, 11, which is quite funny to say. But yeah, not bad at all. And a fight could be breaking out. The Ezreal's off to the side. Kha'Zix gets killed. And ulting, maybe a bit, again, preemptive ulti, but better be safe than sorry. And now Dragon is on the table for our team to do. Draven just was doing that. He wasn't even involved in the fight. But yeah, not bad. So we've recovered, once again, another Dragon. Ahri is fighting the Zed. I'm trying to get there. Just surviving, I'd say, is pretty good. Can we actually get the kill, though? Ezreal gets the kill on Ahri with the ulti. I land the W. No, I don't. He does shadow away. And there's probably not a big reason, actually, to be mid lane anymore. So let's speed up the game once again. Baron pings have been called. Baron, I'm not 100% convinced we need to try and do. It's risky. Kayn, once again, remember, he's our jungler. He's not actually doing the Baron. So I get an assist on that kill. I'm like, do I do the Baron with the Draven? And I stay in the pit with the Draven a bit. And I'm like, wait, I need to go help the fight. So I decide just to leave the Baron. The Zed's nearly dead. Kills the Kayn. I'm coming over to the side. Going for the Zed. I will get that one kill. We don't have Draven yet. Trying to help what I can. Draven in the area does finally get a kill there. Trying his best to survive the Kha'Zix. I will just ult just to make sure I won't die. And boom, we get an ace. So I've now officially, by the way, recovered what I would call the KD. Based on KDA, remember, KDA is kill, deaths, and assists. We've had a positive KDA most of this game, apart from the really early game. But I like having a positive KD if I can help it. So we now have more kills than we've got deaths. That's pretty good. 11 kills for Swain support. Can we end the game, though? Probably not, to be honest. Leona doing her best to try and stop us. We can try to break open the base, and we do. Nice E. Stops the Akali in her tracks, but she will go all in. And I'm like, I've got to try and save the Draven. He's technically our auto-attacking power. He trades with the Akali. She's now dead. And I'm going to go and auto the base, but the enemy team is now respawning. So, not much I can do about this. We try to kill the Zed. He does ult me, though, and just straight up murders my Fass. Lee Sin is teleporting now. Ahri surviving a little bit longer. Lee Sin does help. I do get an assist for the Zed. And now Lee Sin. He's level 18, by the way. I'm not entirely convinced he can even do much in a 1v3. Again, a lot of the strengths, I think, like, don't underestimate. Yes, the Lee Sin and the Kayn are doing well versus the enemy comp. I think a lot of that strength has been them working together. You know, the Lee Sin using W on the Kayn and them kind of working really well together, like a clumped ball. That has been a lot of the strength. Kane was waiting in this bush. He does have a trinket, and it was really weird, by the way. Watch this. He's red trinketing, and they know he's there. Like, instantly they react. But what they do is that they react to a fed Kane. And Ezreal, as an AD carry, literally goes in melee range to a fed Kane. So the Kha'Zix has not really done much this game. Akali's even going for this, by the way, as well. Kane flashes, uses the W. Look at that. Look at the damage. Like, that is just damage that I don't expect coming out a red Kane. And they will end up getting the kill. Draven doesn't actually get an assist. So Kane just got, technically, a 1v3 triple kill. Not bad. So anyway, I do have Morello finished. The next item I was going to buy would be a Riley. Very useful against the enemy comp. They're very melee-centric. Riley's a slowing item. Pretty good. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm actually hoping the Zed ults me. The reason being, I've got Zhonya's. And by the way, look, I'm the same level as Zed. I'm 2 levels above the Draven. I go for a flash play, he ults me, which is what we wanted. He's nearly dead. So you can see, I'm not actually that scared. We get the kill. I get the kill, by the way, my dot from Leandri's. And you can kind of see the mentality of, I'm not scared of Zed anymore. I get a double kill, 13, 11, 17. We break back into the base, and we're going to open the hip. So I'm making a play. I've decided I'm going for this big flash play as the support. Because really, I'm not really the support anymore this game. I'm just I'm a mage carry. And that's kind of the mentality sometimes you need to have of when you do need to try and help carry a game. You need to get out of the pure mentality of, I'm just a support, what can I do? I can help carry this game, just have to look for big plays. So I'm trying to stay near the Lee Sin, by the way, to give him the W option. He does it in the end, and we're now going for, I think, a fight. I missed the E. Ezreal comes over, kills me. I wasn't really expecting that, to be honest. Ezreal, though, again, he gets a double kill. He does compromise his positioning, you could argue, but we do end up going down, which is a little bit messy. I don't know where Kane was. He did run away a little bit. I'm not too sure. But yeah, messy game. I do have Riley now, though, because of all the kills that I got previously. But yeah, very weird. Again, haven't really touched upon farm this game. 230 to 180, 250 to 185, 160, 160, so about even in mid lane. 130 to 260, so clearly a very big difference there. Ezreal versus Kane. Not sure, again, as I mentioned, this is going to go too well, because the kiting, the CC, and Kane does go down. Ahri also, unfortunately, teleporting. Don't think she's in the position to do that much individually anymore. Surviving would be good, but obviously that big mistake that Kane made to go for that fight. The enemy team were heading to the dragon anyway. Kane, if he didn't go for that fight, would have had smite advantage of being nearby and doing a smite steal, because Kha'Zix was dead, but he died, so yes, that officially does give the enemy team Dragon Soul. So they have Infernal Dragon Soul now, so it's like, oh god. And you know, this game would suck if we lost, because we had a terrible early game. We practically don't have a mid or an AD carry this game, and we've recovered it really well, and it would then suck. Oh, we recovered it really well and lost. That would be anticlimactic. So we obviously, a bit of a bummer that they get that. I do decide, like, maybe I should take this blue buff, and then this confuses me. Lee Sin just takes it. I don't know why he took it. I'm actually a pretty fed Swain now. I'm nearly full build. I practically am. What I would do, by the way, if you're looking at my items, I would sell the support item. I would get rid of the ward support item at the moment. I am a mage carry now this game, so I would just buy, like, a death cap or something. I would get rid of it. Anyway, here is the potential big fight. So the bad thing that the Zed kept doing, by the way, and I will say, he kept going for the really weak teammates. So I ulti, I'm life-stealing. The 2 weak people, by the way, killed the Zed because he was so desperate to get to one of those 2 that he compromised his own positioning way too much and then didn't even kill either of them. So we end up winning that so far. Lovely knock-up by Kane. I use my passive on top of it. Continuing the fight, we do get that kill, and now Akali is on using. I decide I'm just going to walk away. She tries to ulti. She doesn't do it. Draven gets a kill. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, if I'm not mistaken, that is the game. The Zed quits. So I'd say the Zed made a big mistake this game of continuing to go for the champions that weren't making an impact. And what I'll do right now is show you, there's the damage done. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. You're not really missing anything. The game is just coming to an end. There you go. But there's the damage done. So I, as Swain support, do the 3rd damage on my team. I do more damage than the Akali, more damage than the Kha'Zix. And yeah, look at the Draven and the Ahri's damage. I do, is it, yeah, it's double both of their damage. More than double, technically, the mid laner's damage and double the Draven's damage. So when I said at the beginning of the game, this is practically a 3v5, It practically was. And really, you know, in the early stages of recovering the game, it was a 2v5. The Lee Sin and the Kayn, they recovered this game. I just started picking up momentum, and then eventually I also became kind of a threat. So it does show that you can turn crazy games like this. I don't think many people, you know, obviously me uploading the game, there was a reason for it, to do the replay. But when I was playing this game, even 20 minutes in, I wasn't expecting to win this game. I wasn't. Like, as I mentioned, in surrender votes, I wasn't asking to surrender, but when the surrender vote popped up, I would click yes. I just would, because it's like, well, this game's pointless. But it does show you can turn games. And obviously, it goes without saying, we arguably won this lane in a 3v5. The Draven and Ahri were irrelevant because of the enemy comp. This is where balanced team comps do need to be a thing. And it's not just balanced. Like, Huz, they have AD and AP damage. What do you mean? They have 3 assassins. 3 assassins did terrible against the 2 bruisers that they couldn't assassinate. That's the point. And then eventually they couldn't assassinate a Swain. So 3 assassins on the same team comp is too many assassins, right? Like, unless you're going to end the game in 20 minutes, boom, it's over. It's too many assassins. But anyway, that is going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, do throw a like on it. Give me your thoughts down below. And yeah, I hope you're all doing well. If you could spare a like on the video, that would be awesome. Be a subscriber if you're not. And I will see you guys in the upcoming content. And by the way, this video will be today's second video. Just reminding everybody, tomorrow, Saturday, on my Twitch stream is my birthday event. If you want to come over, say hi, feel free. Should just be a bit of fun. 10 AM UK time to 10 PM. It's a fixed 12-hour stream as long as everything goes to plan. And also, I'm going to be giving away 2 of these chairs very soon. From Saturday to Monday is when you can actually redeem the chair entry from the Twitch stream. There are going to be other ways to enter, being a YouTube subscriber, for example, being a Twitter follower, for example. But the Twitch entry is going to be this Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But yeah, hopefully I'll see some of you there. But that's going to be it. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.